What's up, everybody, this morning? It's a Tuesday morning. This is EB Crypto. And make me a good cup of coffee. I'm in sunny Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. But I'm from Compton, California. And make me a nice cup of coffee. They got the best coffee here in Dominican Republic. Coffee is so good here. Better than Starbucks, better than Coffee Bean, Pete's, all the coffee I've had. And when I go to coffee places, I sometimes buy the beans, like different beans from Ethiopia. This coffee right here, this is the best coffee I ever had in my life. No question. Best coffee I had in my life. It is so rich, just rich. I'm going to take my time today, and we're going to talk about, first of all, ooh, look at that. Oh, man, that smells good. We're going to talk about the 90 to 120 day skill set challenge. Why did I name it that? What is this about? I know everybody says sugar ain't good for you, but I gotta have me a little shot of sugar in the morning. It just makes the coffee so good. And then I like that brown sugar. You feel me? I like that brown sugar. But this coffee here, this Santo Domingo coffee, oh my God. Oh, it's just lovely. Let me see. So yeah, let me get the party started here. Because I'm new to TikTok, but I'm not new to doing videos. I got a YouTube channel called Family Cash Machine Follow the Money. And I've been doing videos for about 6-7 years now. Maybe 7-8 years. And I know y'all wondering why. Okay, my name's Eric, but I know y'all wonder why I say EB Crypto. Because that's my username on a lot of websites. EB come from my name, Eric Brent. But EB followed me all my life. Because since I came from Chicago, to California when I was about 13, everybody just started calling me EB, and it just stuck. It stuck with me throughout my whole street life. And things that I did in the streets. So everybody know me as EB from Compton. So when I decided to start studying economics, because I'm basically from a background of money. I've been, a businessman since I was 13. I had my own little business cutting yards and stuff like that. That's how I started. And so what had happened was, when I got to doing real estate, and I was a real estate guy for a while. I'm still a real estate guy because I own Airbnbs out here in Dominican Republic. Oh, that's just so delicious. Oh my goodness. So I did appraisals for a while. I appraised properties. And I didn't even know I liked math because, in school, math was kind of boring to me. But being a drummer, being a percussionist, I realized that's all math. It's rudiments, it's quarter notes, 16th notes, 8th notes, all of that is mathematics. So math is as natural to me as it is to most people who can dance. If you can dance, you got rhythm. You're mathematical. Inside, you're mathematical. You just don't know it. So, As a real estate appraiser, it's a lot of mathematics. You got to learn the cost approach, how much it costs to rebuild this property. You got to learn how much it was, the income of the property, the income approach, how much you can make on this property if it was renting. So you would have to do a rental survey, and then you would have to do a sales comparison approach. Basically, what does these properties in this neighborhood will sell for? So that's basically the three approaches that you have to learn as a real estate appraiser. Then they got this thing called the highest and best use, which is basically what's the highest income this property can make. Okay, let me swap this so I can see comments and stuff. Good afternoon. Yeah, I see somebody say good afternoon. Okay, so I want to get into this subject. The 90 to 120 day skill set challenge. Hold up, let me go get my watch. I don't feel right without my watch. I'm gonna do some fun videos because I am in Dominican Republic, so you guys will see some fun videos later. Me having fun doing things out here. But my main thing is giving people good content, something that they can use, something of value. So again, I did real estate for a while. I was an appraiser. Appraised at least 1,000 properties, no joke. 3-bedroom houses, residential. I did income units, multiple units. I've done 300 units, properties with 400 units, which is a huge project. I've done condos. I've done projects before they were built, which is called future value. So they'll give you the blueprints, and then you gotta appraise the property as though it was here right now. What would it be worth right now if it was built right now? And that's how people get their loans for construction. I've done some of those. I've appraised golf courses, which was not easy. I did a golf course before based on the holes they had, based on the amenities at the golf course, how much they were charging for memberships, all that kind of stuff goes into the value. But I've also done retail stores. I've appraised churches. So I would say I'm pretty qualified with mathematics. So around 2016, around 2013, I ended up part owner of an Indian hair store. That was an interesting business to go into because my business partner, Gerald Duncan, shout out to him, former NBA basketball player. I had an opportunity to meet him because my kids played tennis, his kids played tennis, and I actually introduced him to some of the coaches to get his daughter really going because me and him did real estate together as well. But Gerald actually went to India. So I had already worked with this hair company called 3H Beauty. Shout out to Charles, Manny, out there in LA. So they had 2 stores when I met them, and so I helped them to get their first corporate loan, and the second, third corporate loan, and I actually helped them to business part. They knew how to do the hair. They had clients. They was popping. And when I met them, they was making over $50,000 a month just on 2 hair stores. So me having the corporate knowledge, because I also build corporations for people. I help people get business loans because I have trade lines to attach to the corporations. I don't have them, but I'm a broker for a company that does that. And so we can put trade lines on your corporation, which will help you considerably to get a loan. And also, I helped 3H Beauty expand. They went from 2 stores to 13 stores. Then from there, I opened up my own hair store. Me and Gerald, we did quite well with that. But I started to get off into the internet. I started to get more into, online marketing, stuff like that. And I found cryptocurrency. And that's why I got the name EB Crypto. But the 90 to 120 day skill set challenge basically is about us understanding that business has changed forever around the world. It's changed forever. And the way you used to make money is harder and harder to make money in a lot of the old ways to make money. And there's constantly new ways now emerging that you can make money, but you have to make that mindset adjustment. Okay? So when I first got into Bitcoin was only $250 and Ethereum was $6. I had at one time, I had over 714 Ethereums. Now just think about how much that would be worth today. I sold them when they got to about $15,000 or so. I sold them, but if I would have held on to them and understood the value of those cryptocurrencies, they're $2,000 today. They went as high as $4,000, and I had 714 of them. Do the math. So I would say, I don't like to say I missed an opportunity because I still capitalized. I mean, I got those for just a couple $100 or so. I mean, it wasn't that much I spent, and I liquidated them for $15,000. So I would say I won, but who could foresee where it was going to go? Okay, so, and that's why I started studying more. I had over 60,000 XRP at one time. It wasn't even called XRP; it was called Ripple. And I asked a few people in the industry, like, "What's up with this coin here?" Because I noticed that coin was number 3 on the charts, but nobody was buying this coin. So when I saw the coin, I asked a few people that was in the industry, and they told me, "Oh, that coin has always been number 3. It has no value," and all this stuff. So at that point, I met a good friend of mine named Dave Lyons. He's a programmer. He went to school for programming, coding, and all that. So he came into my little group that I started called the Family Cash Machine. And David, being a programmer, he was able to give me more insight with crypto, not just from a valuation point of view. Like me, I look at value. I look at how much this coin worth, how much that coin worth. But when I met Dave Lyons, he actually helped me to understand the function of these coins. Every coin, every cryptocurrency has a different function. Bitcoin has no function. Bitcoin is just a coin that people use to exchange value. But Ripple was a little different. Ethereum was a little different. Ethereum was based on smart contracts. And you might be saying, what the hell is a smart contract? A smart contract is, let's say for instance, you got a corporation and you have a vice president, a president, you have a secretary, you have a CEO, a CFO, you have all these different people, then you have bills, then you have salary, you have all this stuff. Where a smart contract, you can program this contract on the blockchain. You can program this to automatically distribute funds without any human touching the money. That's what a smart contract is. It makes everything automated. And I kind of like that system because you don't have to worry about the CEO, on vacation, he can't write the checks or whatever. So that's a smart contract. A smart contract is an execution of a contract automatically on a computer, and nobody can stop it. Once it's programmed, it's immutable, meaning it can't be changed. So once you set it in there, the numbers and all that, then that's what Ethereum was based on, and you can't do that with Bitcoin. So I learned so much, and I started to develop a huge following. I had about 500 students at one time, and that's why I got the name EB Crypto. But today, I'm looking more into understanding money. So being in the crypto thing and being a real estate appraiser for so many years, I never really understood money the way I'm learning it now. what do I mean by that? Money is not what we think it is. Like what we think is money is currency. There's a difference between money and currency. I want to see if I can write down all the different things that's the difference between money and currency. And we're not taught this in school. Okay, there's 5 things. There's 5 things that money and currency have in common. But money has 6 characteristics. Okay? It has another characteristic other than currency. Now, the US dollar is currency. The peso, currency. The yuan, currency. The yen, currency. The euro, the pounds. These are all currencies. Now, what's the difference? I'm going to write this down on a paper. And if you guys, because I'm recording this, it's live, but I'm going to repost this. Okay, so it's 5 things. Let me put down the 5 things that currency and money got in common. See? So I like to show people things, and I like to give people value, because there's so many people online that scamming people. And they talk about, oh, give me your money. We're going to make you 1% a day. That's not what I do. What I do is educate people and give them the knowledge to be able to make their own money. So when a person is giving you knowledge, when a person is giving you understanding, when a person is showing you and teaching you and putting you in a circle of learning, that person's not scamming you, because they're empowering you. Whenever somebody's teaching you, they're empowering you. But these people online that talk about Bitcoin and mining and all that, don't fall for that. That's all scam. And usually these people pop up in your DM. That's scamming. I never do that. I just put value out, and whoever want to grab it, grab it. That's what I do. And I do have access to schools and different economic classes that you can learn how to do different things that makes money every day. But you are in control of that. But let me put this down. Back to the subject. I want to write down the 5 characteristics of money, the 5 characteristics of currency, which are all the same. Number 1, money and currency have in common. It's a unit of exchange. We all can agree. A unit of exchange or a unit of comparison. Okay? That's 1. That's what money and currency have in common. Number 2, it's divisible. So you can take quarters and, and make dollars, dimes and make dollars. You can make pennies out of dollars. It has a divisibility to it. It can be divided, okay? That's money and currency both got that in common. So let me write that down, because I'll be forgetting all of these sometimes. It's divisible. Okay, the other thing it is fungible. This is not my definition. Okay, this is not my definition. This is the real definition of currency and money. Okay, now let's say number 1, currency and money got in common. Remember, it's a unit of comparison. It's a unit of exchange. You can exchange it for goods or services. Number 2, it's divisible. Currency and money got the same. I know that people confused, like, what you mean money? The US dollar is money. No, it's not. It's currency. So, okay. Now, number 3 is fungible. Okay, what does that mean? Fungible means a dollar in my pocket has the same spending power as a dollar in your pocket. Okay? There used to be a time when we had barter system, and people would exchange and trade goats or cows. That system didn't work well, because to my tribe, goats might be more expensive than cows. And in your tribe, you might not have indulged in cows. You might not that might not have been a part of your diet, so it didn't have as much value to you. So in my tribe, it might have been bananas might have been more valuable, and in your tribe, you might not like bananas. So the barter system didn't work as well, because there wasn't the fungibility wasn't there. So the value wasn't the same. But when you use a currency, it's fungible, because the $10 bill has the same spending power in my pocket as a $10 bill in your pocket. So we can agree that currency and money are fungible. Okay, so we got through 3. If anybody missed it, the first thing is unit of exchange. That's what money and currency have in common. Second thing is divisible. It can be divided. Third thing is fungible. The fourth thing that currency and money have in common is durable. Okay, so, you can't really destroy coins. It's hard to destroy coins. And, you can probably tear a dollar, but you can probably put it back together. So it's durable. Okay, it's durable. And then last but not least, it is, I forget the last one. See, it's divisible, fungible, durable, divisible. And it's, what's the number 5? Oh my God, what's number 5? I would have somebody here looking at me while I'm trying to figure out number 5. It said I froze. My live froze. Did it freeze? It said live froze. Somebody said I froze. Am I still live? Or is it froze again? Okay, so the live froze. Millie said the live froze. What's up, Millie? Okay. Live froze. Somebody else joined. You good, bro. All right, thank you. So, the next thing that it is, I keep forgetting all 5. It's a unit of exchange, it's divisible, it's fungible, it's durable, and it's also, we already got a unit of exchange. What else? I can't remember the last one. It's 5 of them. What's the last one? I'll come back to that. It's the last one, but this is not my definition of money. This is what money and currency have in common. There's 5 characteristics, but there's 6 of money that currency don't have. And I'm going to tell you what that number 6 is. It's a stored unit of value. Currency don't have that characteristic. It's a stored unit of value. This is why, if you go to my, I got to attach my Instagram to this. I was trying to figure out how to do it, but for some reason kept saying my password is wrong, and I don't want to keep changing my password. But I have $1 on my Instagram that says, on the return of this note, the bearer of this note will receive the equal amount in gold. That's what made our currency money. It wasn't the note or the currency, it was the gold being attached to it. Okay? Currency don't have that. So that's the difference between money and currency. Money and currency all have the same 5 characteristics, but the last one is a store of value. And if you take $10 and bury it and come back in a year, it's not going to have the same value. So it's not a store of value. That's why people buy gold. And so this is one of the reasons why I got more into crypto. Because whether people like crypto or not, understand it or not, if you look at Bitcoin and you widen, or Ethereum, or Binance, any of the major coins, and you widen your scope on looking at it, okay, yeah, crypto do this, go that, do all of this. But if you look at a 5-year projection of Bitcoin, it did this. If you look at a 10-year projection, it did this. It went up. Now, like I said, you had these periods where it dipped. But like I said, when I got in Bitcoin in 2016, it was $250. Now it's 29,000 or 36,000. 36,000 as of today. I think it's 36,000. So in a 10-year period, if I had $1 million sitting there, how did I lose? How did I lose? Because it constantly goes up in value. And the reason is because there's only 21 million of them. That's it. You can't make no more. Not like the US dollar where you can just print and print and print and print. Which brings me to this. 9-point-something% a year is being lost in inflation. And a lot of people don't understand inflation, and we should call it deflation, because it's actually working opposite of how they're teaching you. Okay? It's the simple law of supply and demand. The more supply you have, the less the value. The scarcity of supply, the less supply you have, the more the value. So what happened in 2008 when the whole real estate market crashed? You need to watch a movie called The Big Short. And if you watch the movie called The Big Short, you'll understand how they securitized the loans. Okay? Now you're looking at a guy who, I went to court several times for this as an appraiser. People were fighting for their homes because the banks did a lot of different fraudulent stuff. So they printed $9 billion, or $900 billion. That was the first stimulus. Then we had this thing called the pandemic, a plandemic, I call it a plandemic, where they printed another $7 trillion. So what happened is they're adding to the supply of money in circulation, which now you have inflation. So what does that mean? That means that, okay, everything's going up in value. No, that's not what it means. But that's what they tell you. Oh, bread is going up. This is the language of common people. Bread is going up. Eggs are going up. No, the dollar's going down. When you think of it that way, you understand money a little differently. Okay? Now, back to the 90. No. Let me back up a little bit. Let me just back up. Let me take my little sip of coffee and take my time here, because it's going to all make sense in a minute. Okay, so this was one of the reasons why I went over to crypto, because it's a limited project. Every coin has a limited amount of numbers that they create, and they can't make more. Okay? And there's even some coins that are deflationary, meaning that they burn coins. Like, say, for instance, there's a fee to send coins to a wallet. So they'll burn some of those coins. Maybe 10% of the transaction fees are burned. So it's constantly depleting supply. And more individuals are using that particular coin, and the value is going to go up. So it's mathematics. But anyway, they are printing too much money right now. This is why you have an inflation. But there's a plan behind this. They want to crash all the currencies so they can put you guys on a digital currency. And you guys can go pull this up yourself. It's called the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. It's not a crypto. It's a centralized coin that is going to be ran by a centralized server. What does that mean? Okay, the reason you guys are having so much hacking going on, because when somebody hacks or breaches that server, like I remember about 4 years ago, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, somebody hacked Visa. Do you know how many cards has Visa logo? Most cards are either MasterCard or Visa. Those are pretty much the only two systems that are